It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson with colleagues Shaq and Ken Smith. Tonight, it's the Houston Rockets as they'll be playing against the San Antonio Spurs. Well, for San Antonio, they've been looking forward to this game and have to be anxious to tip it off. They've been pretty tight-lipped about the game.
Greetings, everyone, from San Antonio. The Spurs playing host to a Western Conference affair here at the sold-out AT&T Center. Well, before you look at
Well, Kevin, Kawhi Leonard has been a great defender from day one, but he has developed into an elite offensive player as well. Now, Greg Popovich says he basically tells me what he wants to do now. He knows he has a green light. I think that's the difference. He's more confident, more aggressive, more hungry to score than in the past. Kevin?
And they need him to be that way, D.A. Thank you, especially after Tim Duncan's retirement and Manu and TP getting older. This is Kawhi's team now, for sure. And two conference rivals, Steve, going head-to-head. Maybe a little extra animosity tonight here.
You know, Kevin, to describe it, they don't like each other. There will be no hugs, no handshakes. This is about compete.
Well, good, right? That's what you want to see.
Yeah, I don't like everybody all fluffy. Come out there and go at somebody.
Yeah. We even have competition here on the broadcast booth.
I know. I'm elbowing you for that sandwich.
Oh, there's another elbow from Steve Smith. Thank you, Steve. I got it. I understand. And the Houston Rockets starting five. The two pillars of this team, Chris Paul and Harden, are the 1 and the 2. Ariza and Anderson holding down the forward spots. And it's Capella in at the center position. Ariza with the rebound. Houston's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. That's a 2 from Paul. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
Boy, he reads the defense well. Makes a nice adjustment. Very dependable.
Parker kicks to Aldridge. Parker double-teamed. Harden against Green. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Harden outside, shoots the 3. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And with Harden, it's pick your poison. Not only a tenacious penetrator, but also a consistent threat from three-point.
Screened by Parker. And there's the pass to Aldridge. Gasol's in the post. Capella's there. Gasol is doubled. Parker with no one around. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Parker against Paul. 3-pointer and another 3 for Houston.
He's such a great floor general. You forget about CP3 shooting. He can hurt you from all over the court.
Leonard kicks to Aldridge. Count that one. Aldridge has got his first bucket of the night.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Only the first quarter. Guys are getting in a groove, but communication on the defense has to be better.
Outstanding start from three-point range. Their shooters are on fire. And one thing that is quite clear with the Rockets in terms of their approach is their shot selection. They prefer easy layups or threes. Very rarely will you see them play that in-between game.
Ariza outside on the wing. Harden for 3. Here's Capella. Drops in the short one. Capella's got his first points in this one.
Love the extra possessions. Defense has them stopped, but can't control the boards.
And finished off by Gasol.
The veteran eyes see all. Frenchie with the tremendous look to make that play happen.
And that shot selection, a systematic approach by the whole Houston organization. Greg, is a team, they actually took less mid-range jump shots than DeMar DeRozan did individually last season.
Yeah, and it wasn't even close. I mean, the approach Houston has made successful the last few seasons, that they are 100% committed to not taking mid-range shots if they can help it.
Good on the shot.
He's looking confident right from the opening tip.
Paul passes to Capella. Deep two from Anderson. And that one hits back iron. Stolen by Anderson. And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. A three ball. Good on the triple. Paul's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Rockets.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
Kawhi Leonard, he's been a hand-in-glove fit with the Spurs culture. Quiet, not an attention seeker, but he's all about winning.
You talk about Leonard's stoic all-business approach, reminiscent of his mentor, the great Tim Duncan, wouldn't you say, Steve?
Yeah, for sure. Tim didn't talk a lot at all, but he had great leadership skills. Kawhi Leonard is becoming more outspoken. If he sees something, he'll address it, and his words carry weight.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh five on the floor. Houston with a big group substitution here. Nene, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Bahamute comes in for Ryan Anderson. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And Gordon subbed in for James Harden. Passes it to Paul. Laverne grabs the miss.
Woo, you know that's one he liked to have back. Point-blank range, and he missed it.
Now here's Mills. Defense right on him. They set the pick. 6 on the shot clock. From outside the arc. Offensive rebound. Anderson dishes to Mills. He feeds it to Laverne. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. And Mills kicks to Laverne. A floater. Gay with no one around. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
This is the confidence Rudy has in himself, looking to score as soon as he gets the rock.
Paul for three. Here's Nene, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
And Mills kicks to Anderson. Feeds to Mills. The Rockets pull it in.
Looking a little tentative on a very makeable shot, and this one was uncontested.
Paul missing again.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And there's Gay. That's good on the assist by Ginobili. Gay's got 5 now.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
It's good from long range.
It's early, but they are getting pummeled on the glass.
Here's Mills. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Shoots over Tucker. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Rockets lead by 10. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And earlier, Chris Paul told us about the depth of their roster. So important for any team.
Our bench is amazing. It's so exciting because when our bench comes in, more often than not, if we're losing, they're going to get us the lead. And if we have the lead, they're going to increase the lead. And it's fun to watch because everybody cheers for each other, too.
When your starters feel that good about their second unit guys, that's a heck of a asset that a team can have. And if you've seen Chris Paul cheering from the bench, you know that it's very, very true.
And Kevin, that's the kind of team that's always been so much fun to play on. Everybody's really pulling for one another, no matter who's playing. Even in practice, with that kind of a team, you tend to have more fun.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. Guys for the Rockets, what jumps out to you from a number standpoint?
I mean, through one, you have to like the effort, especially on that defensive end.
There are several ways, as you know, to take control of a game. Getting stops is one of them.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor for San Antonio, Mills and Manu at the guards. Laverne is out there with Anderson. And it's Gay in at small forward. Got that one up quick. He's got 14.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
With the acquisition of Lamarcus Aldridge, the Spurs going against the grain. Most teams going small and shooting threes. Aldridge, a big forward who loves the mid-range.
Drains the three-pointer.
Rudy Gay knocked that one down. His three-point shot is getting better and better.
That's a 2 from Paul. Offensive rebound. Nene, the pass to Paul. Jacks up a 3. Pass to Tucker. Takes a 3. And again, Chris Paul for 3. Paul's got 17.
And what a huge performance for him. I mean, he drained 3 three-pointers in that first quarter, and he's got 2 more here in the second.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Lamarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Laverne. Leonard comes in for Kyle Anderson. Green, he's checked in for Manu Ginobili. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Patty Mills. Houston with a big group substitution here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. Anderson comes in for Mba'amoute. Trevor Ariza's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And it's James Harden in for Chris Paul. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Kevin, the Spurs' Greg Popovich talked about developing players. He said, our method is usually tough love. I don't think coddling works. And beating them to death mentally doesn't work either. You give them a clear picture of what's demanded, show care, understand what makes them tick. If that doesn't get through, you get rid of them. Kevin?
And the military background of Popovich plays a part in this way of thinking, David. It's why the Spurs have been so successful for so many years.
Well, just think what's happening here. He hasn't found his groove, yet they still hold the lead.
No good from Gay. Rockets leading by 12. Anderson dishes to Ariza. Lets it go with a 3. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Ariza. And that's now 11 points for James Harden. Murray kicks to Leonard. They set the pick. Back to Green. And again, it's the Spurs from deep. Well, you hear from so many players about what they did with that first check after they were drafted and found themselves, Smitty, with a ton of money. So what was your first big purchase when you were drafted into professional basketball?
I bought my mom and dad a Ford Expedition.
How about that?
A Ford Explorer. It was a Ford Explorer. That was the big purchase. And it was green. I don't think my dad liked that, but because of Michigan State,
Spartan
I bought
green,
a
right?
green
Spartan
one.
Michigan State green.
And so much he done for me, Kevin. That purchase for me made me smile so much. And my dad, if you knew him, Kevin, he said he didn't want it, but I made him take it.
Great story. Harden's shot is off.
I can tell you right now, the coach loved everything about that shot except the result.
Gay passes to Murray. Outside, Green. Dishes it to Aldridge. Gay kicks to Murray. Over Gordon. Murray, no good. Houston leading by 14. There's the feed to Capella. Here's Ariza. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
They've been outstanding from beyond the arc this quarter. Their percentage has been climbing steadily.
Murray dishes to Green. Nobody near Leonard. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. And that's now 7 points for Kawhi Leonard.
This is what makes Leonard so difficult to defend, the much improved accuracy from distance.
The 3 from Harden. And they will call over the back on the play.
And that's just all about positioning. He gets boxed out, can't fight around it, and gets the over-the-back call.
Great fundamentals on the boards. Can't see enough of this. Too many guys just tried to crash in at the last moment.
Pau Gasol's checked in for the Spurs. Parker comes in for DeJounte Murray. Houston also making some changes. Mbaamute's checked in for Ariza. And Paul's subbed in for Eric Gordon. Aldridge, the pass to Parker. Aldridge with a screen on Paul. Aldridge kicks to Parker. Paul with the steal. And it's the Rockets on the break. Paul with the ball. Takes a three. It doesn't go for him. So the Spurs will take it the other way. Parker kicks to Gasol. The dish now to Parker. There's 38 seconds left in the first half of the game. Good on the bucket. Gasol's got his second basket.
I mean, the mid-range jumper, one of Gasol's favorite and most consistent shots.
Harden inside the three-point line. Again, the miss by Harden.
He can't find his mojo. Tough quarter for him scoring the basketball.
The drive by Green.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Not only does that dunk help in cutting into this league, but it gives this team a real confidence boost, too. And this is the value of letting the play develop. You find the weakness in the defense.
And here is Parker. Tries it from the top of the key. And good as it rattles through the hoop.
And along the way, Tony really worked on making this jumper consistent. Now it's one of his better weapons.
And so it's the Houston Rockets holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They've done a lot of great work from long range. It's time now to go court.
Thanks very much, Pop. Facing a deficit in the second half, what do you tell your guys?
I think we just moved the ball a little bit. We were just on the dribble a little bit too much, and there's got a lot of pressure out there, so the ball's got to move.
Pop, thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We're going to break down all the action from the first half. Chris Paul has been the story in this one. He ended up with 17 points and 1 steal. We were talking about him after his last game, and now tonight we're seeing that same level of intensity. What'd you think, Shaq, about... And that will wrap...
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. And on the floor for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. Paul and Harden, the star-studded backcourt. Anderson is down low with Capella. And it's Ariza in at the small forward position. Steve, when you think about leaders and players who mean as much for the mental game of their team as their coach, you know, Chris Paul right at the top of that list. He has always been a vocal floor general his whole career.
You're totally right. Paul is very aware of everything that is going on in a game. Can get in a teammate's face if they have a mental lapse. Not always an easy pill to swallow, but all players respect Chris Paul's leadership.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, we know Leonard's an elite two-way machine, but there he shows us the artistry.
That was a terrific replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Harden outside. From deep three-point range, the long-distance three is buried. Harden's got 16 points.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Parker, a screen on Paul. Gasol, a screen, and there's the foul. It goes on Ryan Anderson. That's his first foul. The Rockets making a switch here. Quarterman's checked in. San Antonio calls timeout. And And last year, one of the bigger surprises in the NBA, the Houston Rockets.
And remember, absent Dwight Howard, a lot of people thought maybe they're going to take a step back. And in the year where several other super teams in the league kind of took a step forward, the Rockets were able to hold their own. The team has a system that works, and they have bought into it. And top to bottom, they've been making smart decisions.
Parker.
Here's Green. He's got 8. Clock is at 3. And he overshot that one, missing.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Harden's shot is off. Spurs trail by 15. Green with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up. Green dishes to Parker. Aldridge a screen. Outside, Green. Here's Leonard. Once again off the mark by San Antonio.
Just 1 for 4 since the break. They are looking for better efficiency on the offensive end.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, Kawhi Leonard has become a go-to scorer, but his focus still starts at the defensive end. He said, my mindset is the same every game. Whoever I'm playing against, I go in and try to stop their best scorer and then try to get myself going on the offensive end. Kevin?
And David, that's what you get with Kawhi. Mr. Consistency, one of the best two-way players in the game. For San Antonio, they have missed both of their free throws tonight, 0 for 2 so far.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Rudy Gay's checked in for Gasol. Ginobili comes in for Green, and it's DeJounte Murray in for Parker.
Decent when he entered the league, Aldridge has turned himself into a phenomenal free throw shooter.
Houston moving it around. From deep, Harden. And it's Rudy Gay with the rebound. Spurs trail by 15. He dishes it to Ginobili. Kicks it to Leonard. It's stolen by Capella. Anderson against Aldridge. Anderson passes to Quarterman. Harden outside. Takes the 3. They get the rebound. Quarterman kicks to Harden. Lets it go from deep. Leaps for it. Ariza outside. Pass to Anderson.
Don't let James shoot it.
And here's Harden for 3. Again, the miss by Harden.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
And some changes here for the Spurs. Laverne comes in for Lamarcus Aldridge. And it's Kyle Anderson in for Leonard. Rockets leading by 15. The 3 from Harden. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Harden's got 21 in the game.
Another triple, and that's been the story of this second half.
Coming out of the break, they've relied on their perimeter offense to generate points. Right now, it's working.
And that one's good by Gay. And the league has taken some measure to keep the pace of the game going, which I think is good, getting players to the court more quickly after timeouts. Just carving some seconds. Sometimes they add up over the course of a game to make it seem faster, to keep the rhythm of the game. You like that direction, Steve?
I love that direction, especially for the fan to get a chance to watch it. I love all the little, like you said, nuances to keep this game moving. I would love to see, even when a coach calls a timeout, if he doesn't want to take the time, that they can continue to keep playing, and both coaches agree just to have a timeout, because sometimes you just want to have a break. You might want to turn it over. You call a timeout. You don't have to have to strategize. Just keep playing.
And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's his first foul. Mills, he's checked in for DeJounte Murray. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Paul's checked in for James Harden. And there's 1:45 left in the third quarter of the game. Now Mills. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Just 5 on the clock. Ginobili kicks to Laverne for 3. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Paul outside. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. He's got 22.
When Chris Paul gets going from the field, you just have to let him go to work. He can get any shot he wants out there.
Ginobili kicks to Anderson. Laverne with the ball, and the basket is good.
Perfect vision. Mills getting quicker these days at spotting the open man.
Paul outside. From deep. Rebounded by the Spurs. Now here's Mills. He kicks it to Ginobili. Sinks the three-pointer. Ginobili's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And how about that lefty stroke there from Ginobili? It is a thing of beauty. He is dialed in from deep.
Again, the miss by Paul. Spurs trail by 12. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. The offensive rebound. Here's Ginobili, and the layup falls. Ginobili's got 5.
And so far going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
Scooped up. Here's Gordon. Drops in the short one. And the Rockets lead by 12.
Oh, easy put back. No one got a body on it.
And there's one thing you're trying to minimize. It's second chance opportunities for defensive rebounding for them.
And so it's Houston up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. Everything's fallen into place, and we'll see if they can keep it going. We've got more in store for you right after this. A chance now to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team just moments ago.
But don't stop the aggressiveness. Here we go. You got shots, let them fly.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. San Antonio's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed. Green out there with Anderson. And it's Mills. And it's Tony Parker. And it's Gasol. And at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the San Antonio 5. And it's Paul missing.
Not sure of the thought process on that one. Really bad shot selection.
Well, you're playing for the team, not just yourself. They needed much better execution that trip down the floor.
A nice shot by Gasol.
Easy bucket for Powell. Failed to block him out. He'll hover around the offensive boards all day.
Back to Gordon. And some nice passing there by Houston. Paul with the 3. Buries it from three-point range. Paul's got 25 points.
Yeah, you see the killer instinct. He's going for the death blow.
True story. They got a monster lead that's taking a life of its own.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Fires the 3. And another 3 for Houston.
What an exhibition he's putting on today. This is about as hot as you can get.
And Mills kicks to Green. Now the pass to Parker. Mills in the corner. Fires for 3. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Parker's got his 7th assist in the game.
And this is where Mills kills you. Tremendous range.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
Getting there up in age. We know Tony Parker was the Spurs' top scorer for half a decade from 2011 on. Their offense was built around his slashing ability.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Lamarcus Aldridge comes in for Anderson, and it's Leonard in for Patty Mills. Houston with a big group substitution here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. Anderson comes in for Mbaamuti. Trevor Ariza's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And James Harden subbed in for Eric Gordon. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
And during that break, Mike D'Antoni talked to his team. He was very adamant in the huddle. He said, don't let up now. Stay aggressive and do the things that have gotten us this far. We're almost there, guys.
Thank you, David. And guard Tony Parker, now 35 years of age, bound one day for the Hall of Fame. Last season, the lowest minutes average of his career, around 25 minutes a game.
Yeah, his game has always been based on quickness. He's lost his step and it's been challenging. But he's studied John Stockton, Jason Kidd, and Nash to see how they remained effective.
Leonard, the open look. And it's Leonard again missing.
A high percentage look from the mid-range. Might have been surprised that he was so wide open.
Here's Paul. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Paul's got 30.
The defense can throw whatever they want at Chris Paul. He'll still bury that shot.
Parker kicks to Leonard. Outside, Green. Passes it to Gasol. A three from Leonard. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Leonard's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Spurs. Harden outside. From outside the arc. No good that time. Great D that time from Green. Baseline jumper. Leonard kicks to Green. He feeds it to Parker. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Pass to Leonard. Over Ariza. And off the front iron, and in it goes. 14 points for Kawhi Leonard.
One of the best in the league at converting off the glass. Leonard's relentless.
Wasted no time on that one. And now 24 points for James Harden.
Not sure who was supposed to close out on him. Huge defensive breakdown.
And this has been a running theme. Guys out of position, failing to contest. Just look at the scoreboard.
With the second effort, not enough on that one as it misses. Spurs trail by 10. And the wide open shot from Green. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
I love the elevation Danny Green gets on his jumper. Makes him tough to defend from distance.
Harden missing again. San Antonio's gone 4-7 with the long ball here in the fourth quarter. Leonard dishes to Green. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
See, that's money. Important point in this game. Danny Green takes it upon himself.
Paul for three. A three-pointer is right on target. Paul's got 16 points here in the second half.
And the fans are so fired up after that triple that trimmed the lead at the other end. And now they are stunned.
Huge shot. The calm, cool demeanor of Aldridge completely locked in there.
That's a two from Paul. Nice jump shot from the top of the key. Paul's got 35 in the game. The Spurs have gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the fourth quarter. On the wing, Green. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker.
Ice water, baby. Game's on the line. Give it to someone who's been there before.
Paul for three. Good D by Parker.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Green, the screen. Parker kicks to Leonard. Over in the corner, Green lets the three fly. Harden grabs the miss.
Okay, when you're trying to make a comeback, you can't be hucking up low percentage threes. You have to find a better shot within the offense.
And here are the Rockets. They led by as many as 18 points. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth. And so they foul intentionally. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. No good at the stripe this time. His second misses also. So, guys, it comes down to this.
Time for your stars to shine.
Sinks it, and that shot brings them to within just one.
You know that he's always going to find a way to get the ball in tight situations like that and knock it down.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Gentlemen, two shots. Blue shot.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2.
Chris Paul is one of those players I love because he competes, has a high basketball IQ, and he can knock down big shots. You have to admire how calm he is under pressure at the free throw line in a key situation.
San Antonio calls timeout. They're trailing by 3. 19 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
And right now, you can go for the 2 and then a quick foul, or go for the home run.
Let me tell you my vote. Whatever's the best look and takes the least amount of time.
17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And it's Leonard missing. Green against Harden. Fires the three. The shot by Paul, no good. San Antonio calls timeout. They're behind by 3. 7 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
A three-pointer would be huge right now.
Imagine if they tied this thing up.
And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he is unable to get the second one. Off target with that shot. And so it's a narrow victory for Houston, pulling it out for the double. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. James, you guys look like you got to pace and space the way you want to tonight.
Yeah, they did a good job. Very good job. We tried to push the ball as much as possible. They kept getting offensive rebounds, so we stuck with it 4 quarters and grinded it out.
Yeah, you got control at the end there, and it led to the win. Thanks, James. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For David Aldridge.